Radha, go ahead. Sing.
Mataji,
Yes, Radha, you only. Please go ahead.
how many times?
Keep singing until Mataji comes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Priti Mataji.
Hi Krishna. Yeah, my problem is I think.
Yeah.
Sorry. On my computer, it shows a different time. In the watch, there's a different time. So there's always this confusion about time. So we have Kabir, we have Smriti, Samskriti, Radha, Abhagya, Balavrinda, Khushi, Param. Hari Bol, everyone.
Hare Bol, Mataji.
And we have Janani. Hare Krishna. So how have you all been?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Good.
Hari Bol.
Good.
You're good. And how about your exams? Your exams have started? Or no, the school just started, right?
No, it started 6 weeks ago for me. Mine started like 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
Like 7 weeks ago.
Good. So it's going to be exam time soon?
I already got like
Mataji, for Vrunda, every week they put exam, Mataji. Every week.
That's
Mataji,
good.
every single week I get a test every two. I get like one to two tests a week. Like
I
get
Even with Vrinda's
like
same
around. Sometimes I get 4. On the end of the year, we have like
and
6,
report card for
7
every
tests.
2 weeks, Mataji.
Sometimes
Wow.
Report card for every 2 weeks.
most of the times I get 1 to 2 tests a week.
Is that good? You know what? We've got a topic for a debate. Smriti is smiling. Isn't it, Smriti? Samskriti? Param, you want to come on video? Would you like to come on video so we could see you? Hari Bol. So I looks like we've got a topic for a debate. Exams and little children. Or we can say exams as a blessing or a torture. Okay, raise your hands. How many of you love the exams? It's like, good, wow, exams are there. Oh my goodness. Abhigya, Samskriti. Looks like all the girls love exams. Param, we can hear you. You're mute.
Mataji, I only like the test that I prepared for because
I know. You're my buddy. You love exams.
Because some questions are confusing and sometimes you get them wrong and then you get a bad score. So I
know.
practice for my test every day.
And
We
this
have a
exam-
spelling test and a math test and social studies test.
Oh, yes. You have a spelling test, right?
I only
Sorry?
like tests a little bit because most of the questions or the tests are like really hard. They give you questions that are all true and they ask for like which one is more true. And it makes
Okay, the multiple choice, right? Okay. Hi Krishna Satvik, hi Krishna Janavi. Khushi, it's been ages I've seen you. Do you want to come on video? I don't know how big you've grown. Khushi, Valavrinda. Okay, so we are near Hari Bol Khushi. Look at our beautiful Khushi. So nice to see you. You've grown so big. Isn't it, Samskriti?
Yeah.
Khushi was tiny. Now she's grown so big. Now you're becoming a big girl. Khushi, are you in 6th grade, 5th grade? Which grade are you in?
I'm in 5th.
5th. Okay. You all were so tiny 2 years back. See, you all have grown big. That means we also have grown big. Isn't it, Vinita Gandharika Mataji? We are also growing old. Janavi, where are you? Let me see you. All your teeth have gone now. New teeth set of teeth has come. Janavi. Okay, we are going to. Janavi has become invisible. Okay, those who are not on videos will have invisible people. Okay, so nice to see you all. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with our prayers, okay? Balavrinda, are you there? Everybody is there? Okay, everybody can start with the prayers. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Okay, so what we will do is we had this verse from the last time, right? So what we will do is, yes, Smriti, you want to recite the verse?
Yes, Mataji. धर्मश्वनुष्ठिता पुंसां विश्वक्षेण कर्ताशुया नोत्पादायेत्यतिरतिं शमयेव हि केवलम्. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Samskriti?
धर्मस्वनुष्ठिता पुंसं विक्ष्वक्षेण कृतास्युः नोत्पायेद्यदीरतिं श्रम एव हि केवलम्.
Hari Bol. Then we have, whom do I see? Balavrinda.
Okay. Dharmasvanushthita pumsam visvakshena katasuya notpadayad yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam.
Hari Bol. Satvik? Very good. Ramachandra?
धर्मस्वनुष्ठिता पुंसां विक्ष्वक्षेण कथासुयः नोत्पादयद्यदीरतिं श्रम एव हि केवलम्.
Hari Bol. Kabir?
धर्मस्वनुष्ठिता पुंसां विश्वक्षेण कथास्तुयः नोत्पाद्येत्यतिरतिं शर्म एव हि केवलम्.
Hari Bol. Abhigya?
धर्मस्वनुष्ठिता पुंसां विश्वक्षेण कथाश्रयः
नोत्पादय यदिरतिं क्षम एव हि केवलम्.
Very good. Then Radha.
Mataji. Dharma swanushtita pumsam visvakshena kata suyaha notpadayedраdir yatiradim shama eva hi kevalam.
Haribol. Isha.
Krishna Mataji. Dharma sanstapana pumsam nishvasena kada suya notpadayati yat ratyam savar eva hi kevalam.
Very good. Shama eva hi kevalam. Then we have Janavi.
Dharma swanashita pumsam vishvakshena katastaya Notpadayad yadiratim shama eva hi kevalam.
Haribol. Nice to see you, Janavi. Then Rai Prahlad. Rai Prahlad. I think I can't hear your audio.
I
You're
think he
not
has
on.
internet problems maybe.
Yeah, I think his audio is not well because he does not have a microphone sign there. We can't see you also, Rai Prahlad. Anisha. Haribol.
Mataji, that's me. It's
Anish. Anish, it's been long time. Where were you? Your video is not on. I can't see you. Anish, you want to recite the verse? Okay. Krishna Nena.
Yes, I want to recite the verse.
Okay. Ansh, right? Yes, Ansh. Go ahead.
Dharma samsti tapam sam vishvaksena katashayaha nat yadiritim shama eva hi kevalam.
Very good. Haripur. Then we have who has not said it. Khushi? Yeah, 1 second. Okay, Khushi. Okay. Ramachandra, did you say it?
Yes, Mataji, I already said.
Okay. Advait?
Okay, Mataji. Dharma swanashita pumsam vishvaksena katastaya notpadayad yadiratim shama eva hi kevalam. Thank you, Mataji.
Very good. Haripur. Krishna Nena, did you say the verse?
No, Mataji.
Go ahead.
Dharmasvanastita pumsam vishvakshena katasuya napadaye yadiratim shramanye vahi kevalam.
Haripur. Okay. Anybody is there whom I missed out? Who did not get to recite
Yes,
the verse?
Mataji.
Okay, Param. Go ahead, Param.
Okay. Dharma swan sita pumsam vishvakena kutayaha vikshvakshena kutas yaha not with editim shamahiya kevalam.
Shama eva hi kevalam. Very good. Haripur. So everybody has got turn to recite the verse. Is there anybody whom I missed out? You can raise your hands. Okay, looks like everybody got to read the verse. Okay. So, Abhigya, can you read the translation for us?
Okay, Mataji. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke the attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead.
Very good. So the occupational activities of a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke the attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. Okay. So now this today attraction factor, we are going to just more emphasize on that. Okay. We'll see how the further verses are going to talk about attraction towards the Lord. This verse tells about the attraction to the message of the personality of Godhead, right? Now let us see how the Lord is. See, like in this story in the Canto 3, chapter 15, we have come up to the part where the Kumaras, they were the four Kumaras, they were at the gate of the Vaikuntha gate, and Jaya Vijaya had stopped them, right? And now they had cursed them, or they were very angry on them, and now it was the time that the Lord himself had appeared over there, okay, at the gate of the Vaikunthas, because then there was something happening which was not, which was now, wherein there were two sets of devotees, and then they were having a sort of disturbance at the gate of the Vaikuntha. Okay. See over here, you can see the four Kumaras, the Lord over here. So now in the Canto 3, chapter 15, this, I think this is 39th verse. What we have? Yes. Kabir, can you read this for me?
Okay, Mataji. The Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence sense is meant for everyone's benediction, and his affectionate, smiling, and glancing touch of the core of his heart. The Lord's beautiful bodily color is blackish, and his bored chest is the resting place.
Yeah, go ahead. Read the whole thing.
Of the goddess of fortune, who glorifies the entire spiritual world, the summit of all heavenly planets. Thus it appeared that the Lord was personally spreading the beauty and good fortune of the spiritual world.
Very good. Okay, so this is the Lord's presence. We will just, if we just have to extrapolate this idea, when you go to the temple. Satvik, do you have something to say?
No, Mataji. I just
Okay.
want.
Yeah, I'll ask you to read the next one. Okay. So see, when you go to the temple, okay, I just want everybody to just think about the time when you go to the temple. Everyone on the Sunday evening or any day when you go to the temple. Do you feel some difference when you go to the temple? Is the right? You feel some difference, right? I see now at the end of this class, instead of reading the back to Godhead, we are going to have a realization session. Okay, so you all will get a chance to share your realizations about it. So we'll just cut that short and keep it for the end of the part. So whenever there's the Lord's presence, because the Lord is all beautiful, the Lord is all like he's present everywhere. And like whatever is there in this material world is amplified more and is present in the with the Lord. Like there's so much of beauty around the world, but the Lord is the most beautiful, right? And there is no like many of them say that yes, I'm the strongest, and there's so much of strength in the world, but the Lord is the strongest. So because he's the one who has given all those qualities or had distributed these qualities in this material world. So it is naturally that he has it more than anybody can. So now, when the Lord was present, when the Lord came to the towards the gate where the Kumaras and the and Jaya and Vijaya were there, what happened was the presence of the Lord itself was so auspicious that it changed the whole scene of the at that place. So now in these verses, in the coming verses, we are going to learn about the beauty of the Lord and how the Lord's presence affected the Kumaras as well. Okay. Now, see over here. What happened was over here that the Jaya and Vijaya, they did not allow the Kumaras to enter. And that is the reason the Kumaras felt that that was an offense that was committed by the gatekeepers of Vaikunta. Okay. Now, in these verses, following verses, more thing which is emphasized is about that when you are making an offense against a devotee. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll just have the hands lowered. Okay. Okay. Anybody has anything to say? Satvik, I think you have something to say. Okay. If anybody has anything to say, just let me know. Okay. Okay. So now over here, see, when now there's an example given about in the purport, there's an example given about mad elephant. Okay. Now this mad elephant, when an elephant gets really angry, or when an elephant is provoked to by disturbing him, what happens is he will what will happen when an elephant is disturbed? Will he say wow? He'll become angry.
He'll
And what
become
will he do?
angry.
Yes, and what
And
would
he'll
he do?
go
He'll
haywire.
attack you. He'll attack you.
Yes, he'll attack you. He'll go running around and he will not see what's there in and
He'll
around.
create chaos.
Yes, he'll have a chaos. And so the example which is given in the analogy which is given in the purport is that it's just like a mad elephant. How a mad elephant, when it gets disturbed or when it is not in its own self, what happens is it is going to destroy whatever is there around its place or wherever it is stamping around. So if we are committing a offense against a devotee, like somebody talking, you know what she did, those gossiping natures, or anybody who is preaching and then you start talking ill about them, or if anybody is worshiping the Lord and you say, oh, you know what, look what she's doing, what he's doing. If you do, or you go and talk to the devotee also in a wrong way, okay, what happens is that commits an offense. So that becomes an offensive behavior on our part. Talking ill about a devotee, or like not respecting him or her, it becomes very dangerous. Now what dangerous it becomes? Just like how a mad elephant, it's going to go stomping each and every place wherever it is going to pass and destroy everything. So this offense, this nature of offending a devotee becomes such a thing in our devotional life. Like just like how the garden of flowers will be stomped by the elephant, just like that our devotional life will be stomped by this offensive natures of ours. Okay, so it is always said that it is not advisable that you offend any devotee. And because offending a devotee, what happens is the Lord is not taking it against himself, but the Lord says, what happens when you're offending a devotee? Is the Lord going to forgive us, or what will happen? What do we need to do? Samskriti?
You need to take shelter of the devotee.
Yes. So that is the reason what we said, Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha, right? That what if I'm committed any offense anywhere, please forgive me. So it's always recommended that we, first of all, we do not make an offense. And if at all we feel that we have made an offense against a specific devotee, it is always best to go and beg for forgiveness. Okay. Samskriti, do you want to say something?
Yeah, so what if like a person's not in Krishna consciousness and he offends you? Like, does anything happen or something?
Yeah, see, now this is it's a little bit tricky. So what happens is when you are in the material world and you are around among the people around, right? You cannot have go, okay, now you slap me on this face, come and slap me on this face also. You cannot do that. What happens is you have to stand for yourself wherever it is needed. Okay. Over here, when we say about an offense against a devotee is that the devotee is not troubling you in any way, but then you are making something, you are cooking up something against him or against her so that they get into trouble. In the material world, if you are being troubled by anyone, you always know that karma plays its role, right? If anybody is troubling anyone without any reason, they are going to get their share of karma. But if you have to defend yourself, like you know what, when Srila Prabhupada, and once he was in his with his disciples, okay, and then a disciple saw that there was a snake, and that snake, and the disciples got very afraid, like, oh, there's a snake. Now they did not say, oh, this is a snake, so I have to it's a different soul, so we have to take care of it. No, whatever was needed at that hour, if that snake would what does Srila Prabhupada say? Don't get afraid, but if the snake comes up, you can do the needful, right? So if the snake is going to trouble you, or if the snake is going to be attacking, the devotees had to do something to get rid of it, right? So then wherever there is needed, that you need to stand for yourself, when you know that yes, you are on the right. And suppose now in the class it happens, okay, and then you have to tell the teacher about yourself that you did not do it. So in at least in US, what you all are taught that if there's a bully, do not go and confront him, come and talk to the teacher about it, right? So if there's anything such thing happens, see to it that you're going to the right authority to talk, so that you do not get into any argument and you are safe. But always remember to stand for yourself, because if you're accepting something which is not right, that's also wrong. Okay. So whether a devotee or not a devotee, we learn to tolerate, but tolerate if it is something which is really dangerous, then you do not need to do that. Okay. We need to
Okay.
do the needful, whatever is needed. Yes, Abhigya.
What if a devotee commits an offense?
Against you?
No, like if there's this devotee and he commits a offense to another devotee, then what happens?
If a devotee, see, first of all, is if it is not directly concerning you, we do not fall into it. Okay. If it is not directly concerning you, then we should stay out of it, because you do not know what was the circumstances or what was done at that time. If they both are capable enough to deal with their own mess, they will figure it out, right? Because what happens is, when two people are involved and a third person gets in, it becomes a big mess, right? So if it is not directly concerning us, we will leave it to them and they can sort that out. They will have a mentor, they will have somebody to talk to, and then they can find it out. If
No,
we
like
get,
I'm just asking, like, does that person, the person committing the offense, does like that also happen to them? Like all the devotional, like the flowers go
yeah,
out.
slowly, yeah. See, whenever you see that, yes, my devotional life is getting a little bit hazy, or there's some things going on which shouldn't be going on, that means we have committed some offense somewhere. So whenever you see those signs in your devotional life, oh, my chanting is not going perfect, or like I'm not getting to do some things which were related to Krishna consciousness. So you should understand that yes, I have committed indirectly, directly offense somewhere. That does play a role, Abhigya. If somebody has offended a devotee, it affects their devotional life for sure. So it's best way to beg for forgiveness anytime. So anytime you meet devotees, and you always have to say, if I've made some mistake, please forgive me. Okay, so like if you see in any classes, when any Prabhujis, Matajis, they are also talking, they always say this as the first thing, right? Okay, Smriti.
1 minute, Mataji, the vacuum cleaner is going on.
Uh-huh. Okay, so whenever you're ready, you can ask. Okay. Okay, so then,
Mataji,
yes.
Mataji, my question is, Mataji, is it an offense if you just watch by if somebody is getting offended and you're just standing there watching? Is that also an offense?
Not an offense, but as I told a bigger right now, that see, when there are two people, something is happening. If we are not in if we are not in a position to solve anything, or we are not the authority over there, it is always best to leave to them both. See, now I'll just give you an example. Okay, now suppose you and your sister or you and your brother are having a small fight or having a small argument. Okay, the moment your parents enter into it, what happens? Does it get solved or does it get amplified, or it gets more, even more? What happens?
Solved.
It gets solved. Okay, at some times what happens is, when parent gets involved, one of the parent might take your side, another parent or both parents might take your sister's side, or both parents might take your side, and so the other person will get offended by it, right? Or so other person, your brother or your sister will just feel sad, and they'll say, oh, you're always taking his side, you're always taking her side, you're never talking about, isn't it? It happens, right? So if it is related to two people, they will always find their right source, whom to talk to, whom to solve their matter with, and then they can solve it. So it's better not to fall into that and give anyone advice, because we are not in that position to understand the matter which is going on. Right, Smriti? Because we do not know what the basis is. If it's a very close friend and you know that yes, that person can really be in talking terms to you, then you can talk to them, but it's best for them to let them solve their own thing. Yes, Param?
Mataji, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
My question was, is the offense a Vaishnava prod?
Yes, an offense means an Vaishnava aparadh, where you are committing an offense to the towards the other person. Okay, Param?
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Haribol. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower all the hands right now. Okay. So now the Lord, when the Lord appeared, when he saw that this was all happening at the gate of Vaikuntha. Okay. Now the Lord, he is, see, all the, now in this part of the segment where we are now, it's the glorification of the Lord. Okay, we had glorification of Lord according to these qualities. Now the glorification of the Lord according to his beauty is also mentioned over here. Okay, Satvik, can you read this for us, the first one?
Until where?
The Lord, yeah, this one.
The Lord is kind, that he gives shelter to everyone, both impersonalists and devotees.
And devotees, right? Okay, so now these Kumaras who had come at the gate of the Vaikunthas, they felt that they were offended because of the gatekeepers who were there at the Vaikuntha, right? And the Jaya and Vijaya who were there, they were the devotees of the Lord, right? Now what happens over here is, when the Lord comes in, okay, everybody is first of all mesmerized by the beauty of the Lord. And what is the Lord said? The Lord is not partial. Okay, what will happen? The Lord is equally kind to the devotees and to the impersonalist. Now, before these four Kumaras had met the Lord, they were they were not attracted towards the Lord's beauty, or they were not they were not more devoted towards the Lord as in the beginning. So it is said that when the Lord came in the scene, okay, see, when you see the Lord over here, wait, I'll have a picture of the Lord. Yeah, over here itself. The Lord had a big garland around him, okay, and he was wearing in yellow garments. The beauty of the Lord is mentioned over here in such a way that the Lord, when he came in, he came on his Garuda. So he was so beautiful that the garland which was around it, it had so much of fragrance that they were all honeybees which were attracted towards the fragrant flowers. The Lord was wearing a yellow garment around his body. So, and his the earrings which he was wearing, they were brightly glittering, and he had his conch shell, his chakra, everything, all his um what his hands were adorned with with a lotus flower, and on one hand he had his hand on the Garuda. So all this beauty of the Lord, okay. And the main thing what he was wearing, the kaustubh mani and the tulasi leaves, the tulasi garland around his neck. When these tulasi garland, when he came with that, what happened was the fragrance from the tulasi flowers, sorry, the tulasi leaves, that anybody who smells the aroma of the flowers, the tulasi leaves, immediately gets attracted towards the Lord, right? And this is what happened with the four Kumaras as well. I think we should have a picture over here. Yeah, this is the thing which happened with the four Kumaras. The aroma or the breeze which passed through the garland of the Lord, through the tulasi leaves, that entered into the nostrils of these four Kumaras, okay. And their whole body and mind was changed. Initially they were attached to the impersonal form of the Lord, and now they understood the personal form of the Lord, and now they were truly attracted towards the beauty of the Lord, and then they understood the true form of the Lord. Okay, we'll just have this part over here. Okay. Yeah. Then we have Param, can you read this for me? He gives shelter.
The whole thing, Mataji?
Yeah,
Okay.
he gives shelter. Yeah.
Okay. He gives shelter to the impersonalist in his impersonal Brahman effulgence, whereas he gives shelter to the devotees in his personal abodes known as the Vaikuntha Lokas. He's especially inclined to his devotee. He touches the core of the heart of the devotee, simplify by smiling and glancing over him. Hare Krishna.
Very good, right? So see, the earlier the Kumaras, they were attracted to the impersonal form of the Brahma. The impersonal form of the Brahma is that when the devotee is just towards the external, is towards the Brahman effulgence of the Lord. Okay, they haven't seen the personal form of the Lord, and this was the stage of the four Kumaras. And the Lord, he is not partial towards anyone. He is equally, he loves everyone equally, and that is the reason over here the wait over here. Yeah, so when the Lord came and the Kumaras saw the form of the Lord, they were attracted towards the Lord, or they were attracted towards the personal form of the Lord. Now this Lord, when he is there in the Vaikuntha, the Lakshmi in the Vaikuntha is serving the Lord, right? And it is said that there are thousands of Lakshmis who are serving the Lord. So what we'll do is we will read this, okay? Everybody can repeat after me. Ishvara Parama Krishna
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Satchitananda Vigraha Anadirādhira Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Sarvakarana Karanam
Karanam
Chintamani Prakara
Chintamani
Tatmashukalpa Vriksha
Tatmasukalpa Vriksha
Lakshavitartha Surabhir
Laksha
Abhipalayantam
Apibalananda
Lakshmi Sahasrashata
Lakshmi Sahasrashta
Sambhramam Sevyamyanam
Sevyamaya
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right, so as in the picture also it says that Lakshmi Sahasrashata. That means there are thousands of Lakshmis who are serving the Lord. Okay, and this Lord comes from his abode, and Then at the when he comes, see the beauty of the Lord is again exemplified over here. That what we will do is we will have Rai Prahlad. Can you read the lightning part?
Yes, Mataji. His um
Countenance
his countenance was distinguished by cheeks that ex-
enhanced,
enhanced
enhanced.
enhanced beauty of his alligator-shaped pendants, which outshone lightning.
Very good. See,
Thank you,
now
Mataji.
now Haribol. See, now the Lord, like each and every part of the Lord or the ornaments which the Lord has worn, those are also being glorified. Okay, so what he's wearing in his neck, what he's wearing in his ears, how his hands are having his different what all is there in his hands. We'll just try to read over it. Okay, Samskriti, can you read this part? His
His
nose.
nose was prominent and his head was covered with a gem-studded crown.
Very good, right? So the Lord having a beautiful crown around his head, which was having a lot of beautiful jewels on it. Then we have Ramachandra. Can you read the next part? The charming necklace.
Sure, Mataji. A charming necklace hung between his stout arms, and his neck was adorned with the gem known by the name Kaustuba.
Okay, so the Lord has the Kaustubha money around his neck, right? So that is also, so now we are describing the Lord with respect to the what the beauty of the Lord is, right? Then we have, who is the another person over here? Yeah, Isha, can you read this part?
Yes, Mataji. The exqua is
Ex
the
yeah.
exquisite beauty of Narada
Narayana.
Narayana being many times magnified by the intelligence of his devotees, was so attractive that the defeat of pride of the goodness of fortune bring the most beautiful.
Beautiful, right? So now what is there? Everybody knows that yes, Lord Lakshmi, she is the most beautiful, and the goddess of fortune is more beautiful. But over here, what it is said that on the contrary, the Lord himself is so beautiful that whatever pride or whatever the goddess of fortune feels that she's more beautiful, that was being nullified over here if we had the Lord in front of us, that the Lord was comparatively more beautiful, more attractive. Okay. So the yeah. Radha, can you read this for us? My dear demigods.
My dear demigods, the Lord who thus manifested is worshipable by me, by Lordship, and by all of you. The sages regarded him with unsated eyes and joyously bowed their heads at his lotus feet.
Okay, so see, once the Lord came in, the sages, the four Kumaras also, they bowed before the Lord when they saw the beautiful form of the Lord. Now over here, see, in the, yeah, what we will have is, okay. Okay. See, now in Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, what is there? Everybody, all the Brajavasis, for them, Radharani is the most beautiful. Okay. They'll be glorifying Radharani for her beauty. But when it comes to Vaikuntha Loka, they had that everybody was describing the beauty of the Lord. And the beauty of the Lord is such that each and every part of the Lord's body can be glorified, and they have written so many verses on the beauty of the Lord. So this is one more difference which has been emphasized, that the Lord feels that the goddess of fortune is more beautiful, but the devotees, for them, the Lord is more beautiful. Okay. And when this four Kumar, see, what we said is that when the four Kumaras, they they inhaled the aroma which was coming from the garland, which was coming from the tulasi leaves. Their mind and body both got attracted towards the Lord, and then they understood the form of the Lord. So now they were no more attracted to the impersonal form of the Lord, but they were attracted to the personal form of the Lord, and they loved being in the presence of the Lord. Okay. Now the law, wait, who is that? Janvi, can you read this much for me, please?
Yes, Mataji. The Lord's beautiful face appeared to them like the inside of a lotus, and the Lord's smile appeared to be a blossoming jasmine flower.
Wow, can you just imagine? So the Lord's beautiful face appeared to the inside of a lotus, of a blue lotus. See? Hari Bol Balavrinda. So it appeared like a blue lotus, and the smile of the Lord like a jasmine flower. See, even the smile of the Lord has been more explained over here. Okay. Then Kabir, can you read? Did Kabir read?
Yes, yes, Mataji. I
Mataji,
can
can
read.
Balavinda read?
Yes, Balavinda, go ahead.
Mataji, where after seeing the
After seeing,
face,
yes.
oh, okay. After seeing the face of the Lord, the sages were fulfilled, satisfied, and when they wanted to see him further, they looked upon the nails of his lotus feet, which resembled brothers.
Rubies.
Mommy, can I say happy birthday, Ma? Happy birthday, Mataji.
Ah, yes, for you it is that, yeah, right. Are you prepared for it?
Yes, Mataji, that's why I'm ready.
Oh, wonderful. Very nice. Very nice. Happy Batkama for you. You look beautiful, Balavrinda. Very nice. So, yeah, so the Lord, see, from when you go to the temple, it is always advisable that you start looking at the beauty of the Lord from from his foot, and then slowly you go towards his head, and then you try to see, when you go to the temple, try to see the Lord how he's dressed from the toe till his crown, till his head, and then you will understand that you do not, there's so much of the dressing when it is done, even at the in the foot of the Lord, what he is wearing, or how many jewels are being arranged at the foot of the Lord, and then what is there around his dhoti, or around his the ornaments which he's wearing. It is so beautiful to just watch the Lord from the toe till the head. When you go to the temple, do that. It's mesmerizing always. Okay, thus they viewed the Lord's transcendental body again and again, so they finally achieved meditation on the Lord's personal feature, which is very important. Okay, so this part was about the beauty of the Lord. What I'm going to do is stop share. Okay, so this part of the Canto 3rd, chapter 15 was explaining the beauty of the Lord. Anybody has anything to ask, anything which I missed out on you all? Okay, so what we are going to do is, there is not an assignment exactly, but what we are going to do is, I want to, yes, the form of the Lord over here we had. Yeah, look at these pictures for a minute or two, and then I want you all to, what you feel in the glorification of the Lord, or how do you feel you can meditate on the form of the Lord. Okay, there are different pictures over here which I can tell you, this one or this picture of the Lord. So just take a minute or so, and then you can raise your hand, and then we will have, when you look at the Lord, what do you feel, or how do you want to glorify the Lord? Anybody who's ready? Okay, Param is ready. Yes, Param.
Well, how you can glorify the Lord is that you could tell that he could do it. He could do anything, because the people who are not the devotees, they'll think they'll think it's cool, so they might join. They might be a devotee because they might become a devotee because they might think the Lord is like he is so nice. And then what if you face the Lord, what if you beat the Lord, it feel like it feels so good.
Very
And then
good. Very nice.
you feel good vibe, like good
Thank you.
vibe.
Thank you. Thank you, Param. Very nice. Very nice. Advait?
Master Ji, you can tell that the Lord is all powerful because he has all those weapons.
Okay, so his weapons are for Advait. It's his weapons tell him that he is more powerful. Smriti?
Mataji, he's a very effulgent because around his head there are like so many rings of
Okay, so Smriti feels about the effulgence part. Very good. Ansh?
You could also see that I was gonna say the same thing as Advait actually.
Okay. No. Okay. So Ansh is more mesmerized by the by. You said about the ornaments, or what did you say?
The weapons.
Weapons. Okay, about the weapons. Isha?
I think about the attractive.
Okay. The Lord is more attractive, Isha feels. Radha?
So what I feel like, how we can glorify the Lord, like you can see from head to toe, are mostly like the clothing and the jewelry and how they're dressed up.
Okay. So now I'll have a question over here. Okay. Because this is what our devotees have glorified the Lord. So now tell me that are the ornaments beautiful or is the Lord beautiful?
The Lord.
The Lord.
The Lord. The
So are
Lord.
the ornaments making the Lord more beautiful? Do you agree
Yes.
with this?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
No.
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so Kabir and Satvik had to say something. I'm going to lower all the hands, and I again want you all to raise your hands for this question. Okay, so my question is: are the ornaments making the Lord more beautiful? Who all say yes will raise their hands. Okay, you can. Okay, I'll lower the hands. Okay. Now, so the next part of the question is, or is it that because the Lord is wearing it that the ornaments are beautiful? Advait, Abhigya. Okay. The same hands again. So, yeah, so this is one thing which devotees have beautifully explained is that it is not that the ornaments are going to make the Lord beautiful. Okay, the Lord is wearing all these jewels. It is his you know what, it is his mercy on these ornaments that he's adorning them, he's wearing them. If these ornaments weren't there on the Lord, then too the Lord would be the same beautiful, same enchanting, same mesmerizing he would be. So the ornaments which are there, the beauty of the ornaments is more, it is vibrating more because it is being worn by the Lord. So if that is the main thing, only then what happens is we are glorifying the Lord. Otherwise, what will happen? We will be glorifying the ornaments and the all the shastras and the weapons that the Lord has. Okay, so this is one more difference over here. Then okay, then we had, I think Satvik was left. Satvik, Kabir, who wanted to say something about what were your realizations when you see the Lord? Yes, Satvik, and then Kabir.
The Lord is very calm.
The Lord is very
Calm.
Sorry, I
He's
can't hear.
calm.
Calm?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Um,
Lord calm and loving. Okay.
so it's because, well, like the God, well, not no one on earth has 4 hands. Well,
Okay.
the Lord has 4 hands.
Okay.
So it would be obvious that he would be the Lord because he has 4 hands, and no
Okay.
one else has it, and that's
Yeah.
that's not a devotee thinks that it's probably some God if they know it's not made up.
Okay. So, and in the, you know what, Kabir, in the Vaikuntha Lokas, the other than everybody is four-armed. Isn't that cool? Okay. Abhigya, you want to say something?
Yeah, so like the Lord, you can easily tell that he's not a normal person. Like if you even just see him for like 2 seconds, no one would ever say like he's a normal person who lives in New York or something. Cause like he's really rich, and then because you can see the way he's dressed, and then he's has 4 arms, and then he has like a crown, a peacock feather, and yeah.
Right. He has the most opulent form of the Lord, right? So,
Why would he live in New York City?
okay. Everybody can come on video. We'll have a snap time. Hi, Krishna, Nakul. Satvik, can you come on video? Balavrinda, if you are there.
Yeah, Mataji, she's coming. I am near the computer. I want to just move away and then I'll take her.
Okay. Ramachandra, Advait, Khushi. Haribol, Nakul Prabhu, are you there for the another class? Hare Krishna. Okay, what we'll do is we will just have one snap time. Big Haribol from everyone. Haribol.
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 Haribol. So today we have looked at the beauty of the Lord and how the four Kumaras got attracted towards the personal form of the Lord. Okay. And then from next, I will complete this chapter in this week, I guess. And then we'll move out to the next part. So how are you all enjoying the Bhagavatam?
Good.
Good? It's
Good,
good?
There are a lot of different stories.
Good.
Yeah, the
Very
different
good.
story. Different
Very good.
Wonderful. It's so nice to hear that you all are enjoying the Bhagavatam. And it is good that you all are learning the new verses also from the Bhagavatam, right? One day we'll have like all the verses which we have read till now, we'll have everything in one slide, and then you can revise through that, okay? When it's a revision session. So what we'll do is we'll end the call so that the other class can start, okay? And happy Dashera to you all.
Happy
Today-
Dasara Mataji and happy
Happy
Badkama.
Dashera
Happy
Mataji.
Badkama.
Happy
And
Dasara Mataji. Happy
Dashera.
Badkama Mataji.
Happy Badkama. And you know what? I want you all, like, to whoever has not come for the presentation, now as like what Balavrinda has the about the Badkama. If she wants to tell about that, she can come for that presentation also, right? She can make a slide that how she makes it, what is the significance, or what is her tradition in that. So if you feel that you want to talk about it, or you want to tell your friends about it, you can come it as a make a presentation. You can tell Baba Vinita Gandharika Mataji that please register me also, and then she will give you an allotted date for it. Okay. Or suppose you have done some craft in the school where your teachers loved it and there was some message through it, you want to talk about it, you can always come out with a stepwise. So when you're doing something, take photos so that you can come up with a stepwise presentation for it. Suppose you're planting a tree, a small thing, you're planting something in your garden and then it is grown. You can have that also, how I grew a plant, and suppose how I grew a tulsi plant, and then how you're using it in the service of the Lord. Okay, try to relate whatever you're doing with Krishna consciousness so that it becomes a spiritual activity for you. Okay, and I want something from you. I've not seen you for a long time. Okay, so have a very nice evening. Okay, we'll meet again next week. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vaishya nam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Closing the call. Whoever
Hare Krishna,
somebody
Hare
join
Yes.
back.
Whoever joined
Hari.
for Bhagavatam, somebody joined.
Join back.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Hari bol.